I know. Right, I'm hitting the button. Let's see what the chat say about this song. Ready? Listen to it, listen to it.
In the heart of the podcast air, Steve or Jason showing flair. Fantasy tips they always share, for the elite who really care. Shout out to the guests who come along, strategies that make us strong, plotting moves that can't go wrong. In this community we belong. Elite FPL, the lights they glow.
Keep listening.
Through the ranks we start to flow, with every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go.
Wait for the fucking...
Elite FPL,
It's so good!
let's go. We analyze, we create, every game week we debate. From the captain to the late, moves that make us celebrate. Points and transfers we all crave, following leads to the brave. In this league it's more than a game, fantasy football's true aim. Fantasy football's true aim. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow, with every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go, let's go. We analyze, we create, every game week we debate. From the captain to the late, moves that make us celebrate. Points and transfers we all crave, following leads to the brave. In this league it's more than a game, fantasy football's true aim. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow, with every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go, let's go. Welcome to the world of FPL, my friends, where strategy and tips never seem to end. Steve-O and Jason guide you through the night, with their wisdom and their insights bright. Together we build a community so grand, every fan and manager working hand in hand. Set your team up, make your transfers tight, we'll cheer together each match night. Elite FPL, we rise up high, with Steve-O and Jason will never say die. Fantasy dreams under stadium lights, we're the community chasing heights. Elite FPL, we rise up high, with Steve-O and Jason will never say die. Fantasy dreams under stadium lights, we're the community chasing heights. Captain choices, all the pain and the thrills. One wrong move and it gives you chills. Defenders and midfielders step up the game, scoring goals and earning fame. Week by week we plan on attack with
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Elite FPL. This is the Gameweek 8 Sunday Surgery with myself, Jason, Steve-O, and special guest, familiar face to the show, Ray Qureshi. Good evening, gentlemen. I hope you're doing well. I want to say a big shout out to everybody in the chat. But yeah, how you guys doing this evening?
Not going to say anything, Ray.
Well, I thought
me up with my
you,
captaincy.
I thought after you, yeah, absolutely.
I can't be bothered to talk after spending 3 hours with Shane yesterday. In fact, fuck that. It was 4. So you can do all the talking, mate. You didn't see
Very well. How are
last
you
night,
guys?
Everybody, make sure you watch it. Ridiculous. Brilliant stream, by the way. Yeah, all good. Can't wait to talk to Ray about Saka. Stitch me right up. Anyway, yeah. Welcome, Ray. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to...
Bonus 2 for Welbeck.
Is he getting 2 points, is he?
Yeah.
I think if my maths is correct, which I don't think it will be, I think I'm still second in the moderator league. Firetog goes a point ahead of me. I think.
Okay.
I don't know how my maths is working here, but Dread goes below me. I've overtaken Dread, thanks to Palmer. But yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to this Sunday surgery where we can discuss Aston Villa 0, Man United 0, Chelsea 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Absolute garbage.
You're 65 points ahead of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so welcome everybody. Jason, do you want to say hello to a few people in the chat and ask people what they thought of the new intro, mate?
People are just saying like much more upbeat than the last one. Banger. New intro is more personalized to the channel. Love it. Love it, says Leland. Nasty balls with 2 fingers up. It's got a Avicii mix with Pokemon vibes, says Kyle Wells in the chat. No, not this music. I saw it all over my Twitter. Says too many genders in the chat. Okay. I like the way you've the play on words there. Very good. Blink182 working for Elite FPL now, so Scotland investor. Kick your ass. Hello to you. Sugar's here too. Missed the intro, Sugar. Honestly, it's worth. No, it's not. It's not worth scrolling back
Worth
for.
liking the stream for that.
It's worth liking the stream for. But okay. Yeah, so they seem to like it. It's a net positive, Steve-O. It's a net positive, which is always good. So yeah, we conclude Sunday with some surprise results. Definitely surprise results, to be honest.
Well, 2 anyway.
Yeah, results. More than 1, plural, 2. Yeah. So do you want to kind of recap and let everyone know, if they are living under a rock, what actually happened today, Steve?
I think I just did, didn't I? Clarifying the 2 results of Aston Villa drawing and Chelsea drawing, and I mean, I couldn't even watch the Aston Villa game. I couldn't stand it. It was just
so the Aston Villa game. Starting off with that, it was the most boring game of football I've seen in a long time. What the hell Aston Villa were going easy on United for, I do not know, but I'll take it. I'll take the point. Maybe it's given Ten Hag a few more weeks in charge. I don't know. I don't think it matters, to be honest. I think his numbers on the war thing is going to be going at some point before Christmas. It's going to be the classic. They're going to try and line someone up to take over before they say farewell and give them the 17 million.
You think that's going to happen?
Oh yeah, it's going to happen, mate. I mean, the team did grind out a result today at a 0-0. But the selection was eyebrow raising. I mean, having Maguire back, Martinez not getting a sniff. Ugarte again, almost being punished. I think I was listening to Mark Goldbridge, and I was just like, yeah, man, this guy was pro Ten Hag for a long time. He's starting to get it now. He's starting to understand that it ain't happening. Nothing's happening. There's no I just don't see any progression at all under the signings he's made. We had Anthony back out on the right wing again today, and I thought he played well when he came on, to be fair, for the short spell he was on. But yeah, United, I think that point is a good point for United. I think the Villa will be the disappointed team. Chelsea, that bloody Palmer gets points always. I saw Madueke score. I was like, oh, right. And I was like, oh, Palmer with the assist. He did get a yellow card, mind. And somehow he got a yellow card, still getting bonus 2. So it's just sickening.
2? Is it 2?
It's sickening.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, it's sickening though. How do you get a yellow card and get bonus? I mean, was he that involved in the game?
Well, there's some... I mean, Ray, I suppose, Ray, you don't play FPL, but you follow X accounts and you kind of understand the game. There seems to be a lot of talk, Ray, doesn't there, with the change in the bonus point system. And do you think it's fair that other players are being overlooked when a player that's just got an assist gets a yellow card? Or do you think that the new bonus system with players being more that are involved in the game are actually being rewarded?
I honestly remember. Sorry, I know you're asking a rare question, but I just want to quickly come in. I do remember that it used to be a common thing that if you got a yellow card, you'd be off the bonuses. Sorry, Ray, go.
Yeah, I actually do like it because I know last week I think Saka got a couple of bonus points actually, and I think a lot of it was because he was so involved in the game. But then I think that bonus point got taken away. So I do like it in that aspect, but I do feel there should be a punishment for booking. So when I saw that he did get 2 bonus points, I was a bit perturbed by it. But at the same time, no one really performed that admirably for Chelsea or Nottingham Forest. So I can understand it in essence, but I do like that more players could be in the conversation if they do not get a return. I think that adds a little bit to the game. But you're still going to get the big hitters getting the points, you know? You're still going to get the big hitters getting the points. I could never see myself with a Caicedo or Enzo getting any kind of bonus, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about the Brighton shock turnaround that happened. I didn't follow the game. I wasn't watching it. I was assembling a play cot, like a play cot, like cage in the house for a toddler, well, for a baby essentially. So I didn't even know what was going on. I know that Spurs were ahead, I think 2-0, and they bottled it. So I don't know what happened in the game. I didn't know if no one got a red card. Did they? No one got a red card. So I just laughed when I saw the result 3-2 to Brighton. I was just like, what? Just, it's quite funny because I'm sure you were saying, Steve-O, that Spurs are your ones to watch. Kulusevski could be the one to bring in, and you were proper bigging them up. And it's still the same old Spurs, isn't it? It really is the same old.
They all got in the points. I mean, I know Kulusevski didn't do anything, but he was very threatening. Johnson, Solanke, Maddison. The points are spread across.
Got points.
Oh, Werner's a waste of space.
No, but I'm looking at this. I mean, the points are spread out. They're not exactly going all through Solanke, are they?
No.
I think that there's no one outlet for Spurs that I would rely on.
Johnson.
Wow.
Johnson's of all the attackers that I'd want, it would be Johnson first, then Solanke, then another. Basically, probably would be Kulusevski of the 4 or 5. But I do agree with Trigger Lips on X that they do seem to be playing better without Son. The weird coincidence that their attacking front 4 seem to be, I don't know, they seem to have a bit more guile about them. Don't get me wrong, Werner, he may be the quickest player on the planet, but he cannot do anything with the final ball. He's shocking. But overall, the truth of the matter is that the Brighton manager got his team into the half-time team talk and basically laid the law down and pretty much was like, whatever he said worked because, like last week, they didn't concede in the second half. In this case, they scored 3 goals. They just took it on. They just took on Spurs at their own game and they won 3-0. in the second half.
Jackson now scoring in the last 3 games that he's played in.
Who?
So, sorry, not Jackson. Johnson. I don't know. I was looking at looking at Nicholas Jackson whilst I was saying that. Brennan Johnson now scoring in the last 3, and obviously getting assists against Man United. So it's definitely going to be a price rise there, isn't it? I think.
But he's already had one, and he'll be going up again very soon.
Weirdly enough, he went back up to 6.5 after dropping.
And he is somebody who, if I could get in, I'd really consider, but I can't get him in, and I don't need to get rid of anybody. So you can't have everybody's Ray says, and basically Spurs' next fixture is not until whenever, the 9th of October. I don't really want to look at Gameweek 8 because it's so far away, but it's West Ham next. And look, Johnson is in the form of his life at the moment. He's performing very, very well. He looked really, really sharp today. The reality is that Tottenham could have been 3 or 4-0 up by half time. That's the truth of it. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, as Spurs fans know, they just can't defend. I mean, I predicted 4-2 to Tottenham. Obviously, it ended 3-2 to Brighton. But Danny Welbeck getting you the goal. Matoma looking fantastic on the left-hand side up against Porro, just completely left him for dead, essentially. Ray, did you watch the game?
Yeah, I did the whole game, actually. And
enjoy it?
To go with Johnson as well, I just feel that's his place, actually, because Kulusevski is a lot more threatening as the 10 because he doesn't really have the legs to really outspeed any players. And with Werner, I think he's just covering a position till Son's fit. So I think going forward, it will be Johnson, Solanke and Son, and Kulusevski probably behind them with Maddison and someone like Sarr. It's probably too offensive, if that makes sense, because they don't have any central cover for the defence. The second half, Brighton were getting through midfield so easily. And even in the first half, they had moments, but Spurs were so good on the ball. But yeah, attacking assets-wise, if we're looking plainly from FPL, I think minus Werner, I think almost all of them could be a good shout. But I think Johnson is probably best based on value.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's 6.5, and by the end of the international break, he'll be 6.6. I mean, looking at the players that are being brought in at the moment, and Burmo's going to go... I mean, all these players are going to... There's no one that's going to go up by 0.2. It's unlikely that any of these players are in Burmo, Saka, McNeil. Palmer went up by 0.1 last night, so he may go up by 0.1 again, so making it 0.2 across 2 weeks. But the majority of these will not be going up by 0.1. Players that affect me on the price rise, and Burmo, and same for Jason really, but Burmo, Saka, Palmer, Konate, there for me. For you, Jason, it's Saka, it's Gabriel sitting down there. I always like to look at the players that are being sold at the moment. It's all knee-jerk nonsense, like bloody Diaz being sold by the masses just because he was benched for one bloody game. He's the number one starter behind Salah. But you got Diaz, Pedro, Isaac, talking of Salah, him there, Smith Rowe, Anana, Allison. I mean, of active players, Jackson, Eze, Semenyo. Not many of these are going to go down by 0.1 because, as me and Shane discussed last night, and Nima made the point that the game doesn't really like dropping certain players down in price too low. Like do like Semenyo's what 9th or 10th most sold player at the moment as it stands with 34,000 transfers out. It's not enough for him to go down in price, but the likelihood of him going down by 0.1 is virtually zero. And I think the only player here that's got a high chance of probably going down is probably Salah because of his high ownership. Other than that, Diaz, will he go down by 0.1 despite the fact he's just gone up by 0.1 the other day? I doubt it. And yeah, I think that with the international break now here, I think that a lot of people can just sit back and go, I don't need to make transfers unless their name is Jason. I'm assuming you've already done a -8 already, Jace, because it seems to be every single week you're taking a hit. Are you just settled with your team now, or are you looking at doing more?
Ray, is it Havertz worth getting in? No. I mean, what's your thoughts on Ollie Watkins? because he was on my radar to bring in, but now I'm just like, Duran's knocking on the door every game. He's not really performing for me. Today, obviously he scored and got an assist against Ipswich. To be honest, I'm looking at his history. He has been scoring, but was it just an off game today? Ollie Watkins?
Watkins specifically, Jace?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think a risk to spend 9.1 mil on.
I'd say so. I mean, when you look at their fixtures, at least on paper, like Tottenham away, Liverpool away, Chelsea away, and Crystal Palace are sandwiched in between the Liverpool and Chelsea game. I think he's very much someone you can just hold for now. That's personally how I feel. If you were to bring in an asset, maybe someone like Solanke would be the better shout with Villa and Ipswich next. But otherwise, I'd hold fire. I'd also hold fire to bring in an Arsenal asset because Newcastle away and Chelsea away. I don't think Havertz is suddenly going to go nuts, So I think they're better players to target at the moment, Chase. And especially if you already have someone like Morgan Rogers, it's like, I'm cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at these transfer options, and these are the ones I'm thinking of. Luis Diaz, Salah out for Mbeumo, Palmer. So basically hit the price rises for Mbeumo. Welbeck to Solanke. So that's a good shout.
You joke, Jace, but I think those moves are brilliant. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm going to stick it in the team screenshots here.
You do that because I'd love to hear what the audience are thinking now. What do you think of that? So remind the audience of that -8 quickly. And
so it'd be Luis Diaz, Mohamed Salah out for Mbeumo and Palmer, and then I'll be upgrading Welbeck to Solanke.
Ray?
Jace, is there anyone you could take out apart from Diaz to bring in Mbeumo?
I've got Semenyo, but I can't.
Could you do that move?
Yeah.
I think you could, just about.
No, I got 5.8 for a forward, and I won't be able to get Solanke. I would just have to keep Welbeck. I could do those moves. Mbeumo in for Semenyo and Palmer in for Salah for -4.
Yeah, and then what you could do, you could upgrade one of your other midfielders to Johnson.
Say again?
If you do the Semenyo and Salah to Palmer and Mbeumo, could you upgrade one of your other midfielders to Johnson instead?
Well, I've only got Rodgers, and I've only got 1 point. I'll only have 0.1 in the bank. If I did that, if I
those two moves.
So if I did Salah to Palmer, and then Semenyo to Mbeumo, I'd be left with 0.1 in the bank.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
I think that the -8 that you've suggested is very good.
Well, Diaz, I think Diaz.
Jace, I think it's too much. I think just the
-4 is fine.
Yeah, but I think maybe just the Salah to Palmer's good.
The good news is the chat's really interacting with this because they're saying nothing, Jace. So just listen to me and Ray. I'm giving you one part of the advice, and Ray's giving you the other. So
we put it on the screen. Here we go.
Diego wants to sabotage your team, and I kind of want you to not.
I wouldn't say it's sabotaging, Ray. It's more the fact that look, they're good moves. They're really
transfers. Here we go. If you got the stream on screen, gentlemen, you should be able to see this now. So here we go. So that would be the team. It'd be Semenyo and Salah for Palmer and Mbeumo.
Semenyo, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm saying keep Diaz.
Right, okay. And that'll be a -4.
It would be, but I'm just thinking. Chelsea at home, Arsenal away, Brighton at home, Aston Villa at home. Some tricky fixtures for Liverpool coming up.
Yeah, but Brighton at home, Villa at home, Southampton away. I think they're good of attacking fixtures. The next 3. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at. Oh my god, what am I looking at? Chelsea, Arsenal, Brighton. Sorry about the noise.
Making transfers now would be incredible, says FPL Yellow Army.
I think the moves are...
Everyone's saying wait till the end of the international break. I just don't want to think about it, to be honest.
Yeah, but again...
Think about it then.
Yeah, but the thing is that Jace can't afford price rises, even though, like I say, the players that you're going to be bringing in, they're going to be going up by 0.1. It's the players that are going to be going down in price that you've got to be worried about, if anything. Yeah. So, like I say, Salah going down by 0.1, it probably won't happen for at least till not next Friday, but the following Friday.
Yeah, but I couldn't advocate transfers 2 weeks before the next round of games. I'd wait, even with price rises, because people do get injured and issues happen during international break. So I personally feel you should absolutely wait. Even if you lose 0.4 overall, anyone could get injured. Palmer could hurt himself at some point, It happens.
How did your team do anyway, Jace, in all seriousness?
I got 50... How much did I get? I got 51 points, minus 8, so 43 points. So only... Not too much off the average. What was the average?
As of
45 or something like that?
Yeah, it'd be something like 45, yeah. And the thing is that, look, at the end of the day, your team ain't that bad as it stands right now. The transfers that you're suggesting are good, but I think you either do it now, get it done, happy days, we move forward and we can just get on with the stream, or 2, we sit here for 3 hours contemplating whether or not you're going to press a damn button on a thing, which, is down to you. And I think that if you've got that, I think personally, the Welbeck, Salah, and whoever else it was out for Palmer and Burma and Solanke is very good moves and done. Or the Salah and Semenyo out for Palmer and Johnson, wasn't it? Is perfectly good for -4. For a -4 is good as well. Get it done and we move on. But they're all good moves at the end of the day. But if, for argument's sake, next week Friday, Johnson's gone up by 0.1, Palmer's gone up by 0.1, and then Salah's gone down by 0.1, can you still do those moves? That's all you got to ask yourself. Can you do those moves?
Yeah, but doing it 2 weeks early is surely not worth it.
Yeah, but they're not going to get injured or anything. Nothing's going to happen to them.
They're not going to get injured, are they?
No, you can't say that. People do get injured, actually.
No, I know.
So I think it's a very unwise and honestly naive thing to do 2 weeks early. Just wait until the Friday, buddy, and then do the changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
we'll wait for the preview.
Yeah. Yeah, 7424 saying time for Foden, Steve-O. Nah, not yet. I'd wait till after Wolves. Wait till the Wolves game, see how he performs in that, and then you can make an evaluation, because at that point, then I'm going to be going, right, take out Saka for Foden. That's the plan in my head when it comes to game week 9, when Man City are at home.
The team's on the screen now.
To Southampton, so... That's what I want to do. Moit's saying, I really want to go from Diaz to Foden, but can't do it without taking points hit. Don't do it. It's a waste of time. Kickus is giving you some props there, Ray. Ray is a smart man. You're a gooner.
Said like a true shaman.
Mm.
Is that Ray's team that you... Oh, no. Has Ray's team been posted in the...
Ray doesn't play FPL, remember? He's a
That's why I'm so happy.
He doesn't care for FPL. He couldn't give a stuff about it.
Why are you giving me sound advice? Ray cares about my FPL rank more than I do.
Jason, I care about your team more than you, most certainly.
Yeah.
Have you been seeing my comments? It's just a bit now.
Yeah.
What's he going to do next?
Yeah, it's like just rip off the Band-Aid.
Deactivate. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I find it mad that on a Saturday the game updates really quickly, and yet on a Sunday it's like an hour and 30 minutes, if not more, since the game finished, and it's still done nothing within the leagues and cups. I don't quite get my head around why the game is so slow at updating all this. So there's a lot of people watching right now. Please make sure you are hit the subscribe button and the like button. Also, if you are watching on X/listening, make sure you're jumping over, hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button. It's always nice to see people are enjoying the stream. It's always good. And make sure if you didn't watch it last night, Shane, aka FPL Veteran, joined us last night. And we spoke for nearly 3 hours just talking about football and The Office. And I could have spoken for another 3 hours. In fact, we actually spoke for a further 20 minutes after the stream ended. Really, really, really nice catch up there. And someone I'm more than happy to bring on next. I think I have got certain guests in mind, and we're looking to be joining Roberto for his. I know Roberto's here now. Cheers for joining us. Roberto's podcast on the 16th of October. We're looking to join him for that, which would be good because it means I don't have to do any talking, and it will also mean I get to participate in a quiz. And then I'm going to be on Alf PL stream. Alf is going to be streaming on the 26th of October, I think it is. I think he said he wants me to come on, but I've got an idea of maybe potentially doing like some really weird thing where I stream first, end the stream, and then go straight onto his. It's just a thought process. So Alf, if you're listening, there's the idea. I'll just WhatsApp at you. Why not? But just going to go through a few comments in the chat while we're waiting. Jason, we actually taking any phone calls tonight?
Well, it depends if they want to get on or not.
Good point. If people are listening in and they want to come live on air to talk about how they're feeling about their teams after 7 game weeks, let us know. Jump into the Discord. The link is in the description below. Get into the waiting room and we will bring
including
you live on air. FPL Kevy saying, how are we doing? Well, Jason's about to do a -8. It's great. Please encourage him. Fire Talk, my rival. First time in a very, very, very long time that me and Fire Talk are at it. Fire Talk, I'm sure, Fire Talk, you end up by about a point. Have I seen Buffy's rank? Who is Buffy? No idea. I don't have a clue, to be honest with you. I don't look at anything in the leagues anymore. Cannot be bothered. Other than the moderator league, because it's just easy to look at. But if I look in the YouTube chat league, is Buffy there? In the YouTube chat league, in the top 5? No, he's 8th. He's 8th, and he is 21,000th. That's nothing compared to top spot, who's Madeline Tudor, who joins us regularly, who is 254th, Jason. 200 Madeline Tudor, if you want to join us live on air and talk to us, get a real expert on. He has had a stormer. He's 254th in the world right now. And today he had playing Rodgers and Konza. God, that's a stinker. He also had Palmer as well, but his team was Flecken in goal. But the big hitters were Trent, face of Leicester, Saka, captain, ahead of Haaland, Havertz and Burmo, and Palmer today coming through. And he's going to be losing value on João Pedro, but I'm assuming that he will be able to keep him still by not, because he's still red flag, so I don't think his transfer is going to be drawn down. But Ray, it must be mad for somebody to be that high up in the world, 254th.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. I mean, at the moment, just enjoy it while you can. I think, just stick to what you've been doing so far rather than just, try and maybe overcomplicate your thinking process, which can absolutely happen, but it's fabulous. But there was a question to me here from Mohit, so I thought I'd just read it out. So, Ray, as a Gunners fan, do you feel that we are at risk of conceding goals with the injuries in defence and Erdegaard being out indefinitely? Thanks. So, I predict we concede at home almost every single game because I think our approach offensively is that we want to, I guess, be more the instigators of the game. But the problem is I think we're really careless at the back. I think it's maybe petulance and maybe a bit of disrespect to the opposition. Southampton should have scored a minimum of 2 goals, to be honest with you. But Mohit, having Partey at right back didn't help either, because a lot of their attacks did happen for our right side. Because we literally had no right back playing. Everyone's out at the moment. Tomiyasu's just come back. Shock, he's fit before the bloody Japan games. I know exactly how it's going to play out. So I do feel when we're at home, we're just at risk of conceding goals because we're just maybe a little bit too expansive. And obviously with Ødegaard being out as well, we don't have as much control in midfield. But we've still got the job done, obviously. But defensively, we were shocking. They could have definitely got a couple of goals. So,
how was your experience at West Ham yesterday? What a game to go to as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, my nephew actually planned it that when he would come back and visit, and I promised him I'd take him to a West Ham game, he literally said, I'm coming because on paper it's the easiest game. And it was excellent. I mean, it's the first time I've watched a football game at the Olympic Stadium. And the sound acoustics, everything were really good. And it was, I mean, in 45 seconds, I just settled into my seat. They scored, then they conceded. But it was very tense because it was West Ham's first home win of the season. And then as it got going, you start to see the quality. Bowen is just top draw. He is a top draw player. Every time he got the ball, he made something happen. The goal he scored and the assist for Paqueta, who I didn't think played a very good game. Antonio is brilliant at being the battering ram with all that skill behind him. You know, the likes of Kudus, Bowen and Paqueta, you know, he's kind of the runner and the machine to kind of, you know, rough him up and let the talent come out. And then Kudus is, there's a reason teams like us are linked to him because he's got so much raw ability and talent. When he gets going, he's excellent. And Lopetegui is definitely trying to instill a different style, isn't it? Because the last couple of years, West Ham are used to being much more of a defensive and kind of passive side. Now he wants them to play some proper creative, expansive football. It will take him some time. But honestly, I think by December, they'll start to play that kind of football because they have a lot of good players. And if they stick with him and everything goes right and Bowen starts to go on form, I actually think it's a good shout to look at in FPL. I do think they'll finish in the top 10 and it would be a good sign with Lopetegui because at times, honestly, they were playing some super football. I haven't seen West Ham play that kind of football in, honestly, years.
Ray, are you able to join in the, what do we call it, the Discord?
Yes, I can join for a few minutes before I go to shoot.
You just need to mute myself.
On Ninja, yeah?
No, on Discord. Mute me and Jace on Discord.
Okay, I'm enjoying Discord. Yeah.
Jace, do you want me to reveal what you've sent me on WhatsApp or not?
What do you think of that?
I think that's incredible.
Let me put it up on the screen. Ready? Let me put it on the screen.
I want to hear Ray's reaction to this.
Ray's just going to blow his head. His eyes are going to roll back into the back of his head and be like, "Oh, this is just there's no teaching this guy how to play FPL." He's like, "This guy's a skit. This guy's a skit." Right, Ray, watch the stream, Ray, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. You ready? You ready, Ray?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just stick this on. Put in Steve-O's favourite.
Jason speaking, tactics, tips, and tricks we seeking. Fantasy crime decisions ain't easy. Pick the player that will make you queasy. Community strong brothers and sisters. Through the highs and lows, push through winters. Elite FPL, the knowledge, the crew. Step in the chat, let the wisdom imbue. Community strong brothers and sisters. Through the highs and lows, push through winters. Elite FPL, the knowledge, the crew. Step in the chat, let the wisdom imbue. Ride the fantasy, roll the dice. Steve on Jason, lead the fight. Rise up FPL, unite. Strategies tight, under the light. Research and stats late at night. Form and fixture, find
Wait.
light. Points on the board, climbing high. Elite FPL, no room for lies.
Here we go.
Research and stats late at night.
There we go. Sorted. It's on the team.
Step away from the.
Ray, what are you saying? Step away from the computer.
Yeah.
That is what you call surgeries, says Zimmy.
Have you done it?
You know what? Yeah, I've done it. I've just done it now. Sorted.
You've done the -16. You've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. Skirt.
I'll be honest. I think that is a show me the Mane move. For a -16.
I've pressed the button, Ray. There's no going back now.
You hear
Look at
me,
that beautiful bench. Look at that beautiful bench.
It's an upgrade all over.
Jason. Oh, Jason. Thank you. You just entertained me.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, you're not entertained. I don't know what I'm doing.
There we are. Alex Follow, creator of the brilliant thumbnails. He's going to be loving this. Just get his magical fingers to work on the next preview whenever we next do it. It's going to be magical.
It's done. I haven't got to worry about anything now for the rest of the next 2 weeks.
Let's get real here. If people are listening in, you've done Mazzarari out for Keane, Semenyo out for Mbermo, Diaz for Johnson, Salah for Palmer, Welbeck out for Solanke for a -16. I think it's all upgrades. You've done the transfers, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've done them, mate. It's already on screen. I'll prove to everyone I've done them. My team is there on the screen for everyone to see.
Yeah,
if I click on this.
The only downside to this is that Chelsea have basically got no defence. So Liverpool are probably going to tear them apart and Diaz and Salah are going to have some fun. But other than that, and player for player, it seems like an upgrade.
Raya in goal, Gabriel, Kanate, Lewis, Saka, Johnson, Palmer, Rodgers, Mbeumo, Solanke, Haaland. That's a pretty decent team, to be fair.
Other than the fact that you took out Salah and Diaz as part of a -16, it's a great team. Yeah.
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 It's what he came for, right? It's what he came for, right? Let's move on. Let's move on to the callers because I know Ray's going to be leaving us in a short while. So let's animations. Let's get animations on. Animations. Are you there? Oh, hang on. Animations. Are you there?
Yes. How's it going, boy, Joey's?
Great. I'm going good, man. I'm going good. I'm feeling liberated. Feeling really happy. Just done a -16. Happy days.
Yeah, very good.
So you've got 63 points, -8. You're not shying away from spending some points yourself, are you? You know, 63. That's not bad. Not a bad score this week.
Yeah, exactly. Back-to-back -8s for me this week. I mean, if you look at the differential from Wolves, I end up going for. Very happy about that.
No, right? The 4.4 superstar 8 Nuri.
Exactly.
Coming through for you there, man. Absolutely brilliant. You must be chuffed to bits. This is Sunday surgery. This isn't Sunday show off.
No, I'm not coming on to show off. I just thought I'd come on and
just wanted to chat
to you boys, and I wanted to just talk about the Discord in general and just stuff really.
What about the Discord?
Just wanted to say that the people that I've met in the Discord over these last months have just been great. Going in there late at night, talk about FPL and other bits like that. It's just. Yeah,
the Discord is much, much bigger than our channel in the sense of that it's grown to a point now where it's attracted so many different FPL managers in that they don't know much about our show. They're just in there talking about FPL and they're excited.
They think me putting a link to the live stream is spam. So,
a lot of them are like, we're just a minor inconvenience.
Who the hell are these guys?
Yeah, exactly. Like the Elite FPL Discord is a.
They literally said, "Why is this guy?"
Can you stop spamming the channel, please?
Animations. Mm-hmm. I had a question for you. What are your thoughts on these weekly comedic bits that Jason does, where he takes like a -24?
I rate it. To be fair, I think something that Steve-O said. He was either last year or maybe the season before. But there was someone that Steve-O was saying took a hits every week, and most
Show
of
me
the
the
time it
Mane,
paid
yeah.
off. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, I'm still waiting for mine to pay off, but you know.
Oh no, exactly. But then Jason, when you're copying Cy Bellamy and getting in Rashford and stuff, it's not going to work for you. I mean, there's people in the Discord today talking about getting Garnacho.
I didn't realize that I was copying Cy
Jason,
Bellamy.
You'll break even in game week 32, guaranteed.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you. I'm as you can tell, I'm so patient to wait for that, Ray. I will wait. No, okay. So your team's up on screen. What's your next move? Tell me. Are you going to roll a transfer? Are you planning to move anyone out? What's going on?
Yeah, so I'm not. I haven't got any impulse moves. My team looks decent on paper. So if I can roll into this week and then the week after, I mean, ditching Arsenal is maybe the way I'm debating it. I mean, going for the double defence hasn't really worked out. I mean, the goals from Leicester last week were very, very good. No, from Justin, obviously, and stuff like that. And then this week, Southampton scoring. I mean, I never saw that coming, really, when I went for the double defence. I mean, there was people in the Discord that the best Cy Bellamy, he nearly went triple Arsenal defence. Imagine that. So, yeah, I think I'm looking to offload maybe them. Foden is obviously on the agenda as well, if he can get a run of games. And then, yeah, probably getting rid of that Calvert-Lewin.
How much is Foden again? Remind me. How much is he?
9.2.
Yeah, 9.2. Yeah.
9.2. Okay. Yeah. That's not bad. It's not bad options there, and your team's looking eerily similar in midfield to mine.
But not for -24.
But not no, it did it -16, Ray. All right, calm yourself.
Oh, sorry.
It's not quite as bad as the -24. That's next.
Animations. Have you thought of maybe just benching Gabriel, but play Raya, and then obviously after the Chelsea game, then at least you have double Arsenal defence going forward, where we have a good line of fixtures where people are going to want to at least double up with Arsenal defence. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, so I did think about that. Obviously, you play Bournemouth this week, so I'm not going to sell them this week, obviously, right? I'm going to keep them, hope for a clean sheet, right? And then after, like you said, it is the Chelsea game or one of the tough games anyway. I mean, someone that I have looked at is Pedro Porro. Like, I wanted to get into the double up there maybe and have Johnson and Porro. And Porro's fixtures for me, I like them on paper. But like you said, I mean, down the line, their fixtures do turn a bit. So it does make me think, but then maybe I might evaluate it and I might want to go for like Havertz or if Odegaard, or not Odegaard, but like Trossard maybe or Martinelli or something like that. Maybe.
If you were to keep Gabriel, who are the other two defenders, that could cover? Is that Konsa? Konsa and Greaves or something like that?
Yeah. So I have Konsa, Greaves, and then I got Ianori and then Lewis. But I mean, Konsa went off like 10 minutes into the game, and I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, he's injured. Yeah,
he's gonna have to be someone I have to get rid of. But yeah, I've got a decent coverage to cover Gabriel, but I don't know. I feel like if you get it, like Steve-O said this before about you can't bench premium defenders, especially from Arsenal. Like you never know what you're gonna get, right?
Well, I wish
might pop up with a bullet header
myself this week. Canard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, brilliant. That's ridiculous. Even when you were predicting the scores on Juice, you said that you're expecting Crystal Palace to score 1. I mean, I think most people went with a 2-3-1 to Liverpool, and the fact that it ended 1-0. I mean, it's no coincidence that barring Man City and Arsenal, who are the top teams in the division, that the rest of the teams that played in Europe, they just didn't perform afterwards, and very low scoring games barring Tottenham, but we know the way they play. And I mean, you've got 8 Nuri there. I mean, in fact, I'll ask my consultant Ray, but my plan is this, Ray. It's already in my head. I've been thinking about this for a few days. It will be by game week 9. Dunk and Saka out for 8 Nuri and what's his face? Foden, if Foden starts his fixture run, because Wolves' fixtures from game week 9 are absolutely gorgeous. They are as follows for people listening.
Brighton, Palace, Southampton.
Yeah, Fulham, Bournemouth and Everton. Forget Fulham, but Crystal Palace, Southampton, Bournemouth and Everton. Beautiful fixtures. And I think that getting rid of a Brighton defender who Brighton are never going to keep a clean sheet, but they've got obviously Wolves, and then it's Liverpool, Man City, Bournemouth, Southampton, Fulham. So yeah, and the fact that 8 Nuri, there's a chance he may go up by 0.1 over the next couple of game weeks because of what he's been returning of late. But they've got Man City next. Most people are going to be predicting 3 or 4 goals for Man City, although the way they're playing at the moment, probably only score about 1. But certainly that's the plan, Ray. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I love it actually, because I think maybe the long-term play with Arsenal from game week 12 onwards is to have Havertz and 2 Arsenal defenders. He is just as important to us as Saka now. It's just, he played kind of in midfield against Southampton, and we really lacked someone who could lead the line properly, Steve. So I actually advocate game week 9 take out Saka for Foden, and in game week 12 when we have a really nice run of fixtures, because we've kind of pretty much played everyone at that point in the first 11 games. I actually like the Havertz move. Yeah, so you don't get Saka. Simply because of the 2 million you're saving. You're saving a lot of money, aren't you?
Mm. And I can get rid of your mate Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah. and then the combinations at that point. Obviously, we always discuss about that, but I think having a Havertz 2 Arsenal defence means you could probably keep the likes of Palmer, for example.
Oh yeah, Palmer's a season keeper for now.
Precisely.
He's not moving anywhere.
And that's why I feel Havertz has better value than Saka going forward, simply because of the amount of money you save and the fact that he's one of the key increments for us offensively. We're just a different team when he isn't playing as striker, actually. And it was shown in yesterday's game. Otherwise, I love the moves. Great moves.
Yeah, I agree. They are very nice moves indeed. And it's funny you mentioned, like, joking around with Calvert-Lewin. Like yesterday, he could have had a pen. And by all accounts, it makes me sick because I'm not watching it. I'm listening to it on the radio. And when I basically hear that Calvert-Lewin's been brought down, it's a guaranteed penalty. He's got to go to VAR. He's got to go to VAR. Nothing. And the commentator's like, I don't understand why it hasn't even gone to VAR. And I'm just listening in the car like it's just absolutely typical. Every time I have a differential player that may have a chance of getting a penalty, nothing. And yet if I don't own the player, so I said to Shane last night, I can guarantee if I didn't own Haaland yesterday, he would have come through with a minimum of a goal. Absolute guaranteed that would have happened.
Yeah, things have changed since you brought him in.
Eh?
You've cursed him since you brought him in.
Oh, he's just shit. He's just a shit player, but yeah, we'll go with this.
Animations, is there anything you want to ask one of myself, Ray, or Jason before we move on?
Don't ask me anything.
Yeah, I'll leave off with this last point. But in the next month or so, we was having a discussion today in the Discord about going without Haaland and maybe spreading the funds, because obviously you're paying 15 million for an asset who probably isn't returning as much as people think now. But and obviously, if you look at City's fixtures after the Brighton game, it's not looking like the best. So I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts about maybe selling, and then you spread the funds around maybe and get maybe another premium in the midfield, maybe Salah's bang in, or you want to keep Saka or something like that.
Well, I think personally, everybody who owns...
Oh, my internet must have gone down.
Southampton are shipping goals for fun. And then they've got Bournemouth, who they're okay. But then Brighton away, a team who are, again, shipping goals for fun. Tottenham can't defend. I think, as I discussed with Shane last night, up till game week, as Tottenham 12, I think if you own Haaland, just keep him until game week 12. I think if you own at that point, you can assess, right, is this guy really on it? Or was the first 4 or 5 fixtures just pure coincidence and by pure luck that he scored 10 goals and now he's just going back to the norm? We'll be able to assess that over these next 5 game weeks easily. And if you don't own him, like you say, you can spread the funds across the squad. You know, the argument's always made. You can either have Haaland at a 4.5 or a 5.5 midfielder, or you can have someone like Havertz plus a player like Palmer, Saka, and so on, and Diaz or Salah or whatever. You can have a premium midfielder. I mean, you look at Firetog's team as the example of a team who doesn't have Haaland in. He's doing exceptionally well this season. In fact, he's doing very well this season. And he doesn't own Haaland. And he captained Saka this week. And his midfield is Saka and Burmo, Palmer, Rogers, Johnson. But up top, he's got Solanke and Watkins. You know, his team is just. I mean, he's got Trent and Robertson and Gabriel as a back three as well. His team is just full of high-performing players. Even on the bench, he's got Lewis and Calvert-Lewin, and he's even got that Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, Sells.
Steve, do you think I could add in for a sec?
You can when I can finish.
Because you're going on.
He's got lots of premium players, which he's always going to be worried about benching. Obviously, this week it's kind of paid off in a way, other than obviously with Lewis getting an assist.
Home to Tottenham, you know, a lot of people are still going to look to captain him as well. Can you still hear me, Animation? Sorry, because...
Yeah, I can hear you. All good.
Yeah. So, you know, at home to Tottenham, away to Liverpool, okay, I understand, but then home to Forest, away to Palace, home to Man U. I know we're literally looking at double time now from where we are at the moment. Is you're still going against the captaincy. That's a big risk. And also, by that time, we probably expect KDB to be back a bit more, you know, a bit more control in regards to the centre of the park. I definitely think they miss KDB as much as Rodri. At least Haaland did as well. But I still think you can build a phenomenal team just with Haaland, if that makes sense. I've seen some great teams. And I'm unsure, even after the Brighton game, because I know that's what you were kind of more pointing towards. Yeah, these next 4 fixtures, you must have him. But even in game week 12 onwards, I feel you should still keep Haaland simply to protect your captaincy. Because let's say you don't have him in the Tottenham game, yeah? Not only are you losing out at the points he could likely get, but you're also missing out on those potential captaincy points at home to Tottenham, as an example. And you really need to make sure that your other captain player is covering what you're losing with Haaland, if that makes sense. So I look at Haaland more as a season keeper buddy, but then obviously there are games where you won't captain him. So that's where I'm in that aspect. And once again, I think you can build a phenomenal team by still keeping Haaland. I've seen some great teams. I mean, what are you thinking? What's kind of your gut feel if it was game week 12 today?
Yeah, so I mean, I 100% agree with what you're saying there and everything. And that was the debate for me this week about the Saka captaincy, right? I was on him a couple hours before the deadline, right? Because I knew on paper that Saka had the best fixture. But then I got sucked into the herd and being a sheep and thinking, if Haaland does something, at least I'm okay with it, if you get what I mean. So that's why, I mean, this is what Firetalk was saying last night, right? At least because you have Haaland, right, and you captained him, you're not in the boat by yourself, as they say, right? Like 70% of the game own Haaland, so essentially you're not going to lose too much rank. But it's just, like, it was with the idea of selling him. I mean, like you said, right, he could easily do something against Spurs and stuff like that. And I personally probably will not be selling him unless I see a good amount of returns in probably the next 4. But like I said, I mean, if you get premium midfield of like Foden, Saka, and then Palmer, and then maybe you could try and squeeze in Salah, but I don't think you'll be able to. But yeah, if you can do that, then maybe that could be the way. So
yeah.
Shout out to One Life and the new joiners in the chat. Hello to you. I see you guys messaging away there. Hey, Firetog. Yeah, I think you'd have to stack your midfield so much and sacrifice Haaland. I agree with Ray. But I mean, it's going back to the whole decision-making process of who can I get in instead of Haaland to not only cover the points I'm missing out on as a potential captaincy pick, but also, who are you going to captain that week in general? And chat, if you listen here, chat, I think the internet's about to. I keep getting disconnections every minute, so I think I need to restart my Wi-Fi router or something because I keep getting disconnected. Normally it's Steve-O. Well, it hasn't happened to him for ages. But Ray's gone. Ray, is he?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
No, I've muted Ray in Discord, so that's why I can't hear him. but I don't see Ray in the on video. But I'll turn you up, Ray.
Steve,
Yeah,
I
so
was gonna.
guys, I've got some,
Oh, sorry.
yeah, I can hear you now, Ray. I can hear you now, mate.
Alright.
Where's your
I
camera
was
gone,
going
Ray?
to- I don't know. It's on, my man.
You're heading out now anyway, aren't you?
I was, yeah. So this is actually my way of leaving the
good
building.
segue.
But I don't know what the issue was. But thanks as always, guys.
Yeah, I've got some internet issues at the moment, it seems. So, but yeah, animations, man. Thanks for coming on. We're gonna move forward. I think we answered your question there, didn't we? So, great team, and wish you best of luck. I don't know how long my internet's gonna last for. So,
Yeah, thanks for having me on, gents, and
cheers,
yeah.
mate.
Hope to see you guys soon.
Animations.
Cheers, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Bye.
No, Matty Winalot was waiting to come on for a few minutes. Just about to get him on, and he's gone. So, not so good. But it was the outcome. 51 points. I mean, good team. He had Wood on the bench though with 8 points. That's just a killer, isn't it? Havertz, Haaland, Roger, Saka, Semenyo, Palmer, Mbuemo, Van der Ven. That's not Van der Ven. It is Van der Ven. What's the other guy? Van der Berg?
Van der Berg, yeah, of Brentford, yeah.
And Greaves. Yeah, I don't know about Greaves. I would have 0. Is he getting? Did he get 0? Did he get?
He got 0 points, yeah.
You get a yellow card and did you not play
That's
60
correct.
minutes?
No, he conceded 4 goals.
Oh, right, that will do it. Raymond got, yeah, it's a good team, man. It's a good team. Probably think about doing what I did and maybe move on Semenyo.
It's just a defence that Matty's got is just shocking, barring Robinson and Van der Ven.
Yeah, that's the thing. The thing is, where's his money tied up? Havertz, I suppose. Havertz, Haaland, Saka, Palmer. Yeah, Palmer, Saka, Havertz,
and Raya.
Yeah.
The 4.
But I've got those players in midfield.
Yeah, but it's all about when the thing is, you've got to remember it's all about when you brought them in.
Yeah.
And then when Matty brought them in, because Matty may have brought these players in at a higher price.
He's also got Wood and Dunk on the.
Because you're always really good with price changes. It really annoys me.
It really annoys me as I sit 74. How much is now? 6. I was 63 points behind you. I am now 73. 81 points behind you.
Is that including your minus 16?
No, actually, no. No, that's no. Hang on, let me work it out. Quick maths. So I am currently 65 points behind you. With the minus 16, that'd make it 81 points behind you.
And then your team differentials are the goalkeeper, Gabriel,
Johnson, Solanke.
And that's it.
That's it, isn't it?
I need to look at your team.
You've got Calvert-Lewin, I've got Solanke. You've got the same.
Oh yeah, so it'd be Watkins versus Solanke. It will be.
Oh yeah, Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins. Yeah.
And then it would be
Calvert-Lewin versus someone else.
Johnson versus Calvert-Lewin.
It's all just convoluted nonsense that we don't need to be talking about right now.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's
absolutely not necessary.
Well, Matty's there quickly. We can quickly have him on before we leave in 10 minutes.
Quickly, yeah. Right, 5-minute chat with Matty. Matty, what's going on, mate? Matty, you there, mate?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get you on loudspeaker so I can hear you. 2 secs, lads. Sorry about this.
Not loudspeaker. We'll be on.
You're an amateur, eh?
Loudspeaker?
It's all going to be echoing.
Hello? Yeah.
So your neighbours can hear. Hello?
Yeah, hi. Good evening. Are you two okay?
I was alright until I decided to do a minus 16 upon Ray's advice.
Jace, like, all you're doing to yourself, mate, is digging yourself a bigger hole.
Good.
I know you think it might be the fun bringing all these new players in, but like you got to give them a few weeks. Like when you bring a player in, you bring him in because you'll have say 3 or 4 good fixtures, and you got to stick with him for those 4 fixtures.
Right. Well, sorry. So Matt, I've been doing that for the last
but like
6 years. So this year I'm just gonna screw it. So I'm this year I don't care. So don't worry, mate.
But anyway,
I'm playing free. I'm playing liberal. I'm playing like I don't care.
All right, my game week is what I went into this transfer this game week with 3 free transfers because I wildcarded in game week 3, and I went without Haaland, and I was on Discord Friday night, and what I was intentionally to do was I was going to play Chris Wood, and I was going to roll my transfer and have 3 transfers going into the international breaks for any injuries. Because I was chatting with a few others in Discord, like animations and Buffet and Firetog and all the normal like. They were saying to me like about well you need Haaland in your team, and like if he goes off, you're gonna like shoot down the ranks. And before that,
Firetog doesn't own Haaland. He wants you to have him.
No, I know, and I said to Firetog in the Discord, I said fair play to him going that Haaland, because like, and I've been going that Haaland since game week 3, and I would have known him now if it wasn't for them influencing me a little bit of getting him in. I mean, it was a good transfers on paper, but the outcome was bad. Bringing Haaland in at home against Fulham and downgrading Salah to Rodgers, on paper, like they were decent fixtures to go against, but it meant then I was taking my captaincy off Saka and putting it on Haaland.
It's a knock-on effect.
When originally I was just going to stick with Salah in midfield with who else did I take out? I took out João Pedro, who was red flagged for Haaland. I took out Salah for Rodgers, and I took out Robertson from Liverpool for Van der Ven. And then I used and I took out.
I understand why he did the transfers, and I'm sure Steve would nod his head as well. Like to bring Haaland in. I mean, he did the same. He brought Haaland in. It's just ifs, buts, and maybes, isn't it? At the end of the day, you know, and it's just.
I just wish I had got like. I wish I had just stuck with my initial plans. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but everyone said those words, mate. Everyone's caved into. Everyone's caved into ideas and thoughts of other people, mate. If you was in the
Discord Friday night, Jace, you would have seen what it was like, and like.
So what you're saying? What are you saying, Matty? Are you saying you've been peer pressured into making these moves?
No, because at the end of the day, I press the button. So like, no one like puts pressure on me. My thumb was hovering over the button for about 5 minutes because I wasn't sure whether or not to make the transfers. And they say if you're not sure what to do, don't do anything. Mm-hmm. So what I should have done was play Chris Wood and not done anything and rolled my transfer. But then when I was in the Discord late Friday night and it was going on for hours, and Buffy was saying, "Yeah, but you got to think about all the people that captain him," and then he was like, "You'll go to sleep feeling better and like not stressed." Because it is a worry going with that Haaland. You know what I mean? Like, you must admit, like, if you don't own him...
I've got a question for you, Matty. Obviously, if you weren't in that Discord hangouts, would you have made the transfers?
No.
Right. So what does this... What lesson has this given you?
But not just that, actually. It wasn't just that. It was the fucking price. Sorry, the bloody price rises, because like Haaland was due to go up, Rodgers was due to go up, and like So I was thinking.
So it's a FOMO.
No, not just a FOMO, but he was thinking, well, I'm going to want Haaland soon because I'm not going to go without Haaland. I thought I'll go without Haaland from about game week 3 to like after the international break, and that was the plan. But like, because Haaland was due to go up and Rodgers, I just thought, and they were playing. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, and I was being, you got to captain him because if he gets a hat trick, you're going to be.
It sounds to me like you've just basically
with the price rises,
been in an echo chamber of Haaland owners, and you've just given in to the temptation of Haaland, because other people have been talking about owning him. You don't own him. You've feared of missing out on Haaland's points, and then basically you've made transfers to do that. Because of that, you've not made transfers to do it because you on your own have made that decision. You've been almost led to that decision. Steve-O, you've been listening. No, let's let Steve-O think, because he's listening. What, Steve-O? It sounds like old Matty has been swayed by being in Discord. Is this a classic case of the crowd possibly following the crowd and not making your own decision?
It depends. Were you thinking of doing these transfers in the first place, Matty? Because if you were, then the decision was already made in your head. You just needed people to reinforce that decision. If, however, they were trying to persuade you just to get Haaland, then it's what Jason said. It's just peer pressure. What was it?
Well, I wasn't going to get Haaland this week.
Well, there's the answer. Then you were.
Unfortunately, whether
Chris
you
Wood,
can't really
have Salah and Robertson.
Unfortunately, you can't deny the fact that you've succumbed to peer pressure, or if that's not even the word, it's just the crowd. You've succumbed to the crowd. The fact that they've got him and you don't have him.
Yeah, I know that, but like you shouldn't always like. This year, I've tried to not take hits, because last year I was terrible for taking hits. But
why are they saying Buffy's to blame? What's Buffy got to do about this?
This year, I've stuck to not taking hits. I've managed to roll. I made one transfer, and in game week 3 when I wildcarded, I had two transfers saved up. So I had 3 transfers going into game week. This game week, 3 transfers, because I bought Van der Ven in for the non-playing Villa 4 million left back, who thought they were going to play and he didn't. I bought Van der Ven in, Van der Berg in, Rodgers in, and Haaland in for -4. So I used all my transfers up when I was going to roll. If I wasn't on Discord, I wouldn't have been I wouldn't have had that in my head, them saying that. And
well, you've proven what I've been trying to stop myself from doing for years, and the reason why Ray's quit FPL is that you've been listening into others. They've essentially put the fear of God into you, and deep down, you wanted to get Haaland in the first place, whether you want to admit it or not.
I wasn't to get him, but after the international break, Steve-O.
Yeah, but you've then unfortunately been persuaded by others, whether it's Buffy, Firetog, I don't really care. You've been persuaded by others to do the moves 1 week in advance, rather than doing what I'm trying my hardest to do, which is I don't listen to FPL content. I don't really care for FPL content. I just want to stick to my own decisions. And Shagger sums it all up, which is the process was fine. It's just the outcome was wrong. And people like myself.
Let's face it. If Ireland come through for you, you wouldn't be here right now moaning about the fact
if he'd have scored.
I'm not moaning. It's just
it sounds.
I'm a week
okay.
Early.
Maybe moaning was the wrong. Maybe moaning was the wrong word.
I'm a week early on the moves. I was what my
frustrated.
intentions
I think
was
frustrated is the better.
playing
better
Wood
word.
and captain Saka, and then bringing Haaland in the next game week.
If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. And without the risk of Christmas coming early,
Sometimes
let's draw a line under it.
They say being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And that's what FPL is all about: being at the right place at the right time. And guess what? Law of averages dictate that you are going to make mistakes more than you make.
I'd have had Chris Wood on next to Havertz instead of Haaland this week. Haaland wouldn't have even been in my team. But there you go. That's FPL for you.
I didn't think about doing a minus 16 before the stream, but now you know what, I've done it, and guess what? I got bullied into it by Ray and Steve. No, at the end of the day, mate.
No, I don't get bullied in by anyone.
Jason. No. All I'm saying is
nobody.
Don't worry about it. There.
What I'm saying is, like, Haaland's in now, and I've got him for his nice run.
Yeah.
Well, the good news for you then, Matt, is that you got him in before the price rise, didn't you?
Yes.
So
they're all good, mate. Don't worry.
At the end of the day, if you hadn't have done the move, you may have been priced out of it for when he's got. Well, next up in 2 weeks' time, Wolves away, which in theory, I guarantee most
we're going around in circles here.
Well, yeah, exactly. Most people will be thinking that Wolves are going to concede 5 goals, and guaranteeing the Super Brew, everybody's going to write 4 or 5-0. Or 4 or 5-1. That's what's going to happen. And then if it ends up being 1-0.
On Elite FPL. But what we do have is a bit of advice. And my advice to you, Matty, would be to not let the words of other people influence you into making a decision. And if you make the wrong decision, make it because you've done it yourself and own that decision. So you don't have any ill feelings towards your thought processes and beating yourself up about something that you haven't had complete control of. But ultimately, mate, your team ain't looking too bad, and you've still got another 30 game weeks to go. So Matty, thanks for coming on, mate.
I'm not down on my team or anything. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's all good, buddy.
I've had an average game week. It's just like
it's all good, mate. I know where you're coming from. We've all been there. We all feel it.
I've got a good team for next week.
You have, mate. You have.
Once I bring in a defender. But anyway, if you want to shoot off, that's fine. Thanks for.
Well, no, I've got an early one, but we're gonna. No, Odin's gonna be coming on next quickly. But Matty, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your frustration.
You know me, Jason, Steve-O. I've been on before. I could be on here for hours. Like.
Oh, mate, I know.
But the chat gets fed up of it. So, like, anyway,
it's all Buffy's fault, apparently.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers, man.
Sod Buffy.
Take care, bud.
Big up the Discord, Elite FPL.
Big up the Discord. Tell him where to find the Discord.
Sign up for it.
There we go. Sign up for the Discord. Speak to Matty in there.
You convince some great lads in there.
Yeah, convince him to do another move.
Great banter.
Right. Cheers, Matty.
Yeah, cheers, lads. Bye now.
Take care, buddy. Nice to speak to you again.
Take care. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.
And now to make us all feel depressed, we're going to bring on Odin.
Oh, for God's sake, Sunday surgery, and he's bringing on a team with 90 points. What's going on, Odin? You're a fraud.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Where are you ranked?
Got 3.5 or 3.6k.
This is taking the piss, Steve-O. This is taking the piss.
Yeah.
All right, come on then, Odin. What do you want to tell me about your team?
I only want to talk about the future transfers.
Yeah.
Well, you're not speaking to the right guys. Steve-O's probably more qualified than me. He's 81 points ahead of me now. So.
Yeah. I was thinking about bringing in a Leicester enabler player.
Mavididi.
Yeah, I know we love him, but I was thinking about Buonotto.
Yes.
Yeah.
5 million.
Because there's it's 5 million, and it's a part of the plan to bring Holland back, right? So it's like Alexander Trent.
Who would you be bringing Buonanotte in for?
I think I'm gonna take out Saka, fortunately. I have to take out someone. So it's like I got 3 free transfers. So I'm going to take out Trent for Ait Nouri, and Saka for Bernotto, and Evan Nilsson out for Haaland.
This is right. So when I hear this, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, because you're getting rid of. I'm just repeating advice that any other content creator would say, which is you're getting rid of Saka away at Bournemouth, which I'm not saying it's an easy fixture, but you've then Evan Nilsson at home to Arsenal, which again, I can see that being like a 3-1, and you never know, Evan Nilsson may get something. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold is at home to Chelsea, which again, it's not these 3 fixtures aren't as bad as they sound. But the players you're going to be bringing in are Haaland away at Wolves, that's fine. Ait Nouri, that's going to be, in theory, at home to Man City, but you're not going to play him. You're going to be playing someone else, obviously.
Yeah.
And then Buenanote, admittedly, he will be at home away at Southampton, which I don't think that's easy. I don't think that's an easy fixture. It just sounds like a 2-1 or something. Yes, can Buenanote get 1 goal in that or an assist? Of course he can. I don't know why, Jace. I get the moves 100%, but for this 1 week, I don't like them, Jace. What do you think?
Fixture wise, you could hold off. You've got the transfers to do it, the available transfers. So it's Alexander-Arnold out for Ait Nouri, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Saka out for Buenanote.
Yeah.
And then Evan Nilsson up to Haaland. I mean, that is one hell of a sacrifice from your team to get Haaland in. And obviously you'll be captaining Haaland, right?
Yeah, that's why. But I could wait 1 more week, but it's like Wolves just conceded 5 goals against Brentford. It's like,
I mean, is your team stronger as a result? So you'd be taking Saka and Alexander-Arnold out. You'd be playing. Who would you be playing that week in defence? Would you be playing Pinnock?
I have to
Pinnock,
play
Gabriel
Pinnock,
Robertson.
Milenkovic got decent fixture. A home against Crystal Palace.
Oh yeah, you'd be playing him.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I see it. I didn't.
And I'm actually a little bit tempted to play Dibbling instead of DCL, but that's up to the debate.
It's literally just what do you think, right? So you don't have Haaland. Let's just
see the money that you're taking out in Saka. Yeah. I don't like it. I'd rather you take the money out from Watkins.
But then I have to take a hit to afford even Bonotto. So I have to take Robertson.
Who would you captain if you didn't have Haaland in Gameweek 8?
Saka. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Away at Bournemouth.
Yes.
Yeah, Saka, definitely.
Yeah.
That's who you'd be doing.
See, for me, looking at that team, the money tied up in Watkins, I know you can't easily do it, would be my route to get Haaland in.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
And I know it's an Alexander-Arnold, Watkins out, Haaland, and you'd be left with how much if you did that?
I think it's 4.8. So I won't have enough for anything. Yeah, I won't have enough for anything. I have.
So hang on. Watkins out, Haaland in, Alexander-Arnold out.
€8 for argument's sake.
You'd have 4.8. You said.
If I take out Watkins, yeah.
I mean,
I have to double check.
That doesn't Watkins to Haaland, Alexander-Arnold down to a. You got 3 free transfers. Is that correct?
Yes.
I mean, that doesn't sound as bad as taking Saka out, does it, Steve? I mean, that's just my opinion, but
you're left with then Evan Nilsson, Calvert-Lewin, and Haaland, which is pretty much what my front 3 is, give or take.
Yeah, but I don't want to play Evan Nilsson against Arsenal, Aston Villa, and
Man City. Yeah, exactly.
Rico
Lewis
Get Rico Lewis in.
Hold on.
Rico Lewis for Alexander-Arnold, and then Haaland for Watkins.
Yeah, but you're losing Watkins. This is what Odin's issue is.
Yeah, but Watkins for me is a minutes risk because Duran's been
He's
performing
not.
so well.
He's not. That's the.
He's going to play
That's
60
more
minutes and then
ridiculous
get
statement than
subbed.
you doing the -16.
No, he's going to play 60 minutes and get subbed at the moment.
He's played 90 minutes for the last God knows how many matches.
I
Admittedly,
could,
because they're not winning, but
I could. Yeah, hold on. No, sorry.
no, your moves for free are good on paper in the sense of you're bringing in Haaland, you're getting ahead of the curve, so to speak, with Aït-Nouri, so to speak. And then you're going to get in Buonanotte, who's got really good fixtures, performing very well for Leicester at the moment. They've got really good fixtures, next 3. It's just the fact that you're getting rid of Trent, who's got a good fixture against Chelsea, Saka away at Bournemouth. I think personally, I think it breaks even. Just. Maybe Haaland captaincy pushes it in the favour of doing that move.
Yeah, but what if you do Lewis and like a 4.0 defender for Robertson, and I bring out Trent for Lewis and Robertson for a 4.0 defender, and then Watkins for Haaland?
No. Now we're just going. We're complicating things here. We're overcomplicating things for no reason.
Yeah,
this is literally a flip of a coin choice of this move you're doing.
Yeah,
it all depends on how much you fear not
having
captaining Haaland.
What would you predict the score to be, Jakes, between Wolves and
Haaland's going to outscore Saka by a great margin? I mean, let's have a look at the fixtures.
Well, Man City,
because ultimately it comes down to Saka versus Haaland, doesn't it? This whole question.
Yeah.
So Haaland's got away at Wolves, and Saka's got away at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't see much between them. And then you've got Liverpool against Chelsea, which has got a Trent attacking return written all over it, in my opinion. But that's, to me, I think this is a luxury move that you can do this week. But like Steve-O said, you could wait an extra week and get Haaland in for the Southampton at home game.
Yeah.
And you've got Arsenal and Liverpool facing each other, which you'd want to get rid of Liverpool defence, because obviously I don't expect them to do much there. And then they've got Brighton, where Brighton are going to score. And then Aston Villa. And Aston Villa, I would expect them to score away at Liverpool. Maybe just wait a week. I mean, if your fingers are burning you and you really want to captain Haaland, do it. But I just don't think that it's going to be a massive swing for you this week. I think that's what Steve-O was kind of getting at. And yeah, it's toss a coin, man. It really is a toss a coin territory, whether you want to do it or not. It comes down to your feeling of, do I want Haaland captain or not?
Realistically, Haaland outscores Saka. Realistically. It's just a simple fact. But it's the fact that Liverpool at home to Chelsea, I honestly can see that potentially being with the problems that Chelsea have got.
He's got Roberts.
2-3 goals. Trent could be involved in that. Liverpool are, I think, officially are now the best defensive team in the league. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty certain they've kept the most clean sheets in the league now. And I like the move. I like it. It's just the fact that the players you're getting rid of have still got decent fixtures. I mean, Firetog's saying here he's doing pretty much the same moves. Watkins to Haaland, Robertson to Aït-Nouri, and then Saka to a 6.5 mid. When you're in Firetog's position and you've got that kind of luxury moves to do, even though he's doing that for a -8, Firetog will be doing, and then Haaland captaincy. So basically, Firetog is then, well, the way it's going at the moment, I don't know if the leagues have updated yet, but it could potentially mean, depending on who he brings in for that 6.5 slot, it could mean that my team is going to be quite similar to Firetog's, barring the fact that he's got Tottenham. Evening Alf, Evening Onions, Relic Returns, Scotty D, good evening.
I think literally, if you're not sure, just leave it. I mean,
I think it's 55-45 in favour of doing it, in my opinion.
so it's basically a smidgen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess what you wanted was for us to go, yeah, do it, get Haaland in. It makes your thought process a bit easier then. But
yeah,
to be honest with you, the rank that you're at, the scores you've been getting, oh mate, just go with your gut. Just go with your gut, because it's working for you. Don't necessarily go with the flow of everyone else, because as we've seen, that's not always the great idea. I think your gut's got you this far. So far, you've got the transfers poised and ready to go. Sleep on it.
Yeah, maybe.
Sleep on it, mate. See how you feel in the morning. None of those players are going to be going up.
No, I think that's the key for you, is that none of the players that you're wanting to bring in are going to go up, barring maybe 8 Nuri over.
And you might have something else that happens in international break.
Yeah,
right?
8 Nuri is going to go up by 0.1 by next
have
week.
Have the transfers ready in your mind to do, and then just think about it and sleep on it, and just reflect, and don't knee jerk like I did and spend points, and you obviously got the free transfers.
It's a shame you can't. If you were to say get rid of Robertson, Saka and Evan Nilsson, brilliant. But it's the fact you're getting rid of Trent, and I know you're doing it because of funds. That's really frustrating.
I just got a feeling the Saka's been on great form.
Well, I do think Haaland outscores Saka as captain.
But I just, even if he does, I don't think it's going to be like a massive margin. I just don't see a double digit.
I would predict Haaland to get 2 goals, Saka to get 1 assist.
A goal or an assist.
He's not.
Yeah, I just sleep on it, man, and see what your gut feels.
Well,
I think Steve-O says 55-45. For me, I'm still 50-50 on it, to be honest.
55-45, but you can do these transfers literally
whenever.
I keep saying 2 weeks. It's in 2 weeks. We've got 2 weeks, so you can do this on Wednesday in 8, 9, 10, 11 days time, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's what you can do.
Sorry that we can't be any more helpful than that.
No, that's fine.
Ultimately, it's a real tough decision.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your heart will guide you. There we go. That was easy, wasn't it? That was cheesy. Right, yeah, Odin, cheers, man, for coming on.
Sorry for coming on such a week, but just
don't apologise.
Like they said, the transfer's really a headache, right? So yeah.
No, it's always great to hear from you, Odin, and keep doing what you're doing, because you the rank you're at, the points you're getting, just ride the wave, buddy, and don't listen to the crowd. Think about it yourself and make the decisions yourself. And we'll speak to you hopefully next time.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, buddy.
Yes. See you guys.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Even Jonathan, welcome, mate. It's an interesting one. Like I say,
it's a real tough decision.
The best thing for Odin to do is, if Odin's listening back,
take time.
You've got 2 weeks. As Firetog says, just wait till the games are over, and then you got till what? 2 weeks Wednesday.
Yeah, you don't have to make a decision now. You certainly don't need to get other people to tell you what, not to tell you, but to kind of convince you or reinforce.
Validate.
I think validate, whatever it is. I mean, the move isn't bad. It's just like, is it necessary? I think is the right question you got to ask yourself.
It's literally the FOMO of not owning Haaland at this point.
And ask Matty. It's funny, didn't we? We had Matty on who brought Haaland in for FOMO, and now we've got a caller, or just had a caller that is FOMOing not having him in and thinking about getting Trent and Saka out their team into doing it. Maybe Matty should be the one that gives him the advice. It might be on for a while. We love you, Matty. We do. We love you, Matty. We do. Maybe I should make an AI song about that. Just tuning in now, says Jonathan Mahoney. Skip back to the start. Intro song was amazing. Bit cheesy, but a banger. Elite breaking new ground yet again. No, thank myself.
It's in another large content creator copies.
Oh yeah, you can guarantee it's going to happen. You can guarantee it. We're trendsetters here on Elite FPL. We are. Right. Run a poll, says FPL Onions.
Well, we can do a quick poll let's just
do a Y and an N.
Yeah. Should
Odin bring Haaland in, sacrifice Trent Alexander-Arnold and Saka by bringing in 8 Nuri and Buenanote? Yes or no? Y and N in the chat right now. Come on, guys. Fastest fingers first. Let's get the Ys and the N's in.
As you're writing Y, hit the like button as well. In fact, hit the like button for Y.
It's subscribe.
And hit the subscribe button for N. Well, the Ys
Come on,
guys.
In. Come on. We've got more than 6 people watching, I'm sure. Ys or Ns? Ys or Ns? People over on X, tweet. No, go to YouTube and type in the chat.
Well, it seems like 50.
FPL Maestro is like, when did you bring Johnston in? Oh, you've missed out a lot.
Yeah, go back to the start.
A lot happened. Go back to about 10 minutes into the stream. You'll see what happened. At the moment, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Ys, and we've got 1, 2, 3 Ns, which is really helpful.
Yeah,
so it's a split. And right, I'm gonna think about wrapping up now, Steve.
Yes, so am I. I want to go. 80
people tuning in. Thank you so much. Like the stream, guys. Jump into the Discord. Talk to us there. Don't get convinced to do something you don't want to do. All right. At the end of the day, you're all human beings with a brain inside that little skull that you've got there. So you got no one else to blame other than yourself if you make a decision and press a trigger on your team. -16. If it all fails, it's obviously going to be my fault. I really don't care. Take it easy, guys. Enjoy the break, and we'll see you for the preview in a while. See you later, Steve-O. Give him a wave. Give him a wave. Bye-bye.